Hello, and welcome to a special Halloween episode of PlastiK AddiKts. Here we talk nothing but toys, comics, movies, and pop culture. And I'm Ryan, and this is my co-host, friend, and king of terrible jokes, Kevin. Kevin, how you doing?
Ryan, it's a pleasure as always, and I'm actually really excited about today's episode because I have something that might be worth millions. Or it might be worth as much as a trick-or-treat bag filled with rocks. A 2002 playing Mantis Peanuts, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, the world's favorite blockhead figure, complete with ghost costume and trick-or-treat bag filled with rocks.
Created by Charles Schulz in 1950, Charlie Brown is the central character of the Peanuts gang. The meek and nervous Charlie Brown is constantly ridiculed by other child characters.
Charlie Brown, if you got an invitation, it was a mistake.
These include Lucy, Schroeder, Peppermint Patty, Marcy, Franklin, and his best friend Linus. Following the success of A Charlie Brown Christmas, CBS premiered It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on October 27, 1966.
Directed by Bill Melendez, the story takes place during the Halloween season. The special ironically is more focused on Linus, who believes in a Santa Claus of Halloween known as the Great Pumpkin. This was an autumn staple of my childhood, as well as millions of others. So here we are, with 8 facts you may not have known about this famous program.
Number 8. In some of the early comic strips, Snoopy was on all fours. The animator of the television specials, Bill Melendez, said, and I quote, "For some reason, we had him on all fours in this scene when Charlie Brown is raking leaves. But after that, we realized he just had to stand on his 2 feet to make it more cartoony."
Number 7. It's considered to be as influential to Halloween as Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is to Christmas. At the time of its release, Halloween wasn't as popular as it is now. Just like when A Christmas Carol was first published in 1843, Christmas wasn't as well celebrated as it is today. The two are linked in the sense that they became the first pieces of media to transcend into the popular culture, becoming annual traditions for millions. Number 6. After Linus writes his letter to the Great Pumpkin, he walks past Lucy, who is sitting in front of the TV. She's reading a copy of TV Guide that features a photo of herself on the cover.
Number 5. Kathy Steinberg was only 4 years old when she portrayed Charlie Brown's sister, Sally. She had trouble pronouncing some of the dialogue, like, "You owe me restitution."
You owe me restitution!
To get around this, the director had her pronounce each syllable individually. They cut the audio clips together in post. She also had a loose tooth at the time of filming. In fear of it falling out, giving her a lisp, she was rushed into the studio to complete her lines. This was a fortunate move because her tooth fell out the next day.
That's a good story.
Number 4. The running gag of Lucy removing the football as Charlie Brown tries to kick it was first animated in this special.
This time you can trust me.
Number 3. While working on the score for this special, composer Vince Guaraldi took a break for a shower one day and somehow locked himself out naked. He tried climbing up a ladder to the second floor window when the police spotted him. Guaraldi cried out, "Don't shoot! I'm the Great Pumpkin!" The cops, who were many months away from getting the joke, let him back inside.
Number 2. People were so upset that Charlie Brown received rocks as treats, it's stated that for years, post the episode, trick-or-treaters dressed as the titular character were given, on average, more candy out of guilt.
I went trick-or-treating and all I got was a bag full of rocks.
Peter Robbins, the voice of Charlie Brown, even received candy in the mail for years.
Number 1. Some real-world scholars were actually convinced that the Great Pumpkin was based on real lore. They frequently wrote Charles Schulz asking for citations that they could use for research, not believing that it was the complete brainchild of Charles himself.
Thank you, Charlie Brown. You were a perfect model.
And there you have it. 8 facts you may not have known about the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
If you're interested in listening to a more in-depth review of the special, please click the link below to our other videos and like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on PlastiK AddiKts.